Welcome back to WBTV News this morning on Bounce TV. It is Southern Fried Football time, baby. Mark Packer here.
You know, it's a trademark. You know that?
Oh, is it?
It is trademark.
So it's got. Am I allowed to say it?
I've given you permission.
You've given me permission.
There are some others, by the way, that think it's real cute to use this term, Southern Fried Football, and you find out real quickly that somebody owns that.
Yeah, So they'll hear from Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe real quickly.
Oh, much more expensive than that, I'm afraid. Great weekend, though, college football.
Epic games. We'll get to those. Alabama at Ole Miss. Let's just start with one of the big ones.
You know, the cool thing about this weekend, Christine, we are talking about number 1, number 2, number 3, all on the road against top 20 ranked teams. That is the first time in the history of college football that the top 3 go on the road, and they are all legit. Alabama, Ole Miss. You know what? The Rebels have beaten these dudes 2 years in a row.
Jeez.
Alabama's won 14 straight ever since they lost last year in Tuscaloosa. I know Ole Miss lost earlier to Florida State. This should be interesting just because, hey, the revenge factor, even though Nick Saban's downplayed that this week.
Yeah.
Bama's had a tough time running the football, which is a little surprising. Ole Miss can't run the football, which I think is the difference in the game. I like Ole Miss to make this interesting. Bama takes care of business.
I was going to say, well, what is it about Ole Miss that they have Alabama's number?
You never know. Listen, last year it was a gazillion turnovers, and Ole Miss took advantage of it. And to their credit, and Chad Kelly, the transfer from Clemson, went down there and made some plays. I just don't think this Ole Miss team is as talented as the one last year. Bama, of course, Alabama's Alabama. I just think that not being able to run the football is the downfall for Ole Miss tomorrow against the Tide.
Okay, we'll see what happens. Another epic one. FSU at Louisville. I mean, huge.
That's Southern Fried Football, too. You know, it's a pair of top 10 teams. First time that Louisville's hosted a pair of top 10s at Papa John's Stadium since 2006. You know, Louisville, since they joined the ACC, has not beaten a ranked ACC team. They have been awesome, though, in the first 2 games. Just ask the folks here at the Charlotte 49ers. They ran all over them. They ran all over Syracuse last week.
Yeah.
But I will tell you, this crew that's rolling in from Tallahassee, they will tackle you, unlike the first 2 games. But Lamar Jackson has been fantastic, the quarterback for the Cardinals. This is a great game, and a really high-intensity game. And we'll start figuring out the pecking order of the ACC Atlantic Division with Clemson, Louisville, Florida State. This should be just a great game, and it's a noon kickoff. It feels like a primetime game.
Yeah.
It's a noon kickoff tomorrow.
I did not know that. All right, good to know. Hey, John will kill me if I don't bring this up. Another ACC school is going to be up in the mountains in Boone, Miami at App State. Oh, he's doing the U. Did you see that, John?
It's the U.
Wow.
This is so cool. I think this is such a cool game. For the first thing, you know, Appalachian State for years and years has played the big boys, but it's always been at Michigan or at Clemson or at LSU or at Florida or at Georgia, whatever the case may be. Now, one of the Power 5 big boy, the elite, at least brand names, is coming to Boone.
And they're only elite by name, Miami?
Well, let's be honest. Since they've joined the ACC, they've really been a non-factor. However, your old coach, Mark Richt, is now running the show to his alma mater. The Canes are ranked in the top 25 for the first time in a few years.
Yeah.
They're off to their best offensive start. They've scored more points in their first 2 games than they have ever. But let me tell you something. App State can play. We saw that in that highlight right there against Tennessee. There will be people sitting in trees and up in the mountains for this game. It will be a crazy scene. It's going to be fun. And let me tell you something. App State can win this game. They really can. This is not one of those, hey, appreciate the check, thanks for coming.
Sure.
This is going to be a fun game. Should be entertaining. And we'll see. Brad Kai is the real deal, though, the quarterback from Miami. See what happens tomorrow. It should be a great scene, though, in Boone.
We'll try to get a couple epic ones here while we have less than a minute. Ohio State at Oklahoma.
Sooners better win. Simple as that. These are 2 great brand names. Oklahoma with the loss to Houston to start the season at home. If they are going to be a legitimate factor for the college football playoff, this becomes a must-win. And for Ohio State, since Urban Meyer has showed up in Columbus, they are 18-0 on the road.
Yeah.
Great football game.
I was looking at this. I was writing on the games this week. Colorado at Michigan. Who has Michigan played yet?
No one.
To be ranked in the top 5.
We're going to keep telling you about the rankings. Don't worry about the rankings. We got a college football playoff. They're going to tell you who's good, who's hot, who's in, who's out. That's November the 1st. I don't worry about any of the rankings.
But you know the committee looks at those numbers.
You know what this is?
And looks at how things play out.
You know why you're asking me this question? Because Harbaugh has gotten underneath the skin of the entire Southeastern
SEC.
Conference,
Yes, he
and
has.
you are worried that they're in the top 5 now. That's what this is about.
Okay,
I wouldn't even worry about it.
You have outed me. Okay, I'm guilty. Fine. All right. Go Mountaineers, John says. We'll be back.